What's up, guys? What's going on? It's the 6th of June. It's June 6th, early in the morning, Tuesday morning. It is 5:15 a.m. on the East Coast. We're taking a look at Coreum this morning, the cryptocurrency that continues to go one direction, and that is down. And it pretty much has ever since April. This thing has been basically heading lower ever since, call it 68 cents, the end of March, April. And we're going to talk about, will this thing stop going down? Where will it stop going down? Will it stop going down? What prices and so on? Not financial advice, guys, of course. But yeah, we'll jump right into it. And we will also take a brief look at Bitcoin, as Bitcoin broke down yesterday, which we spoke about in, I believe it was a Casper video. So that is that. A lot of things here break into the downside. We'll see how long this does go on for. So guys, welcome to the channel. All of the 2,222 subscribers as of this morning. So appreciate all you guys. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for interacting in the comments. Pretty cool stuff. So if you have received your Coreum or xCore tokens airdrop, and you should have been receiving them on UpHold, let me know down in the comments. Personally, I did not receive the xCore tokens yet, Coreum, on UpHold. And according to UpHold, we should at some point, but me personally, I have not. So if you have, and you would be receiving them on the UpHold platform, feel free to share that down in the comments. Just curious if anybody else has within UpHold. Me personally, I have not. So kind of waiting on that. And I believe it's the xCore, which I will be receiving, and what I'm waiting for, if I'm correct on that. So feel free to let that down in the comments. So guys, this thing has been dropping like a rock the past, looks like today, especially another day we're down here. Looks like this thing is, if I can get rid of that tool, looks like we're down another 0.05% today. So not much going on there. But in the past 3 days, we'll call it, basically down 26% in 3 days. So that is not good for the bulls, of course. Where will this thing stop going down? We had this rally here to a, big reversal, and that was the end of the show. Well, I can tell you this, and it's all I have to go off of is these levels I have on my chart. That is what I use as a gauge of either when the price is moving lower and or if the price is moving higher, the most likely area to stop, find resistance, and or if the price is trading lower, stop, find support, and then switch its trend back to the other way, the reverse area, at least for some period of time. So right now on the Coreum chart, 14,700. 0.14700 is the only level below the market. Yeah, I don't have anything lower than that I can look at as potential support. And you could see, if we zoom in, yesterday's candle, which was this 5th of June, you could see we wicked down below that level and closed above it. We basically closed, looks like we got a close at 14844. And my level is 14700. So far that's support. And since it's below the market, my price level that is, it should act as support for at least a period of time. It might just be a couple hours. Could be the bottom for a long time. So that is the only thing I have to go off of there. 14,700. When we were trading all the way up in here, I did not think we would end up way down here, but as markets aren't doing too well, I wouldn't expect Coreum to buck that trend. So there's the price level, and here we are. We made it all the way down here. So you might be asking, well, how much lower can we go? Great question. I do not have a good answer for that. I don't have any other price levels down here. One thing I can tell you that we've talked about in previous videos, maybe Coreum, maybe not, is so we saw this with Casper recently, and I'm not saying it's the bottom. We saw a little bottom fall out in Pepe as well. Sometimes you'll get markets that, here's kind of a good example here. You'll start to kind of meander lower, trade sideways. We actually found support at 21,200 for a while, which is one of my levels you can see all within here. And then all of a sudden you'll get some velocity and this thing will start to pick up and really trade to the downside. And you'll start to get those washout moves, which can lead to a V bottom. And then you start to get a move back higher. So if that is anything, oh boy, here we go. We got some ads popping up here. Let's turn this on here. All right, we're not. If that is anything to show that what could potentially take place here for Coreum, well, we're getting close to that washout move. This thing's picking up to the downside, and it's starting to go, basically vertical and go lower. No guarantee, though, that it's going to stop or where it's going to stop. The only thing I can go off of is my support level at 14,700. So those of you who like to buy average, dollar cost average down, well, you're getting, some of the best prices we've seen so far since this thing has been listed and tradable. But there's no guarantee it's going to stop at 14,700. So that is pretty much my thoughts here on Coreum. 0.14700 is the only level I have below the market. Things are starting to pick up here to the downside. We're starting to get that washout move. Where the bottom comes in, who knows? That's pretty much all I got on this. And then, of course, above the market, I still have my levels at 21,200, 29,500, 45,400, and so on. So far, yesterday's lows are holding, which is nice. So yesterday's lows are holding. So that is good. So far, that's our low. We'll see if that holds. If we start to, if that low can hold and we can start to rally up, maybe even put in higher highs, well, then we can start to look at some higher prices, maybe back up here into that 21,200. Keep in mind, that's going to take a significant rally in Bitcoin, in my opinion, for that to take place. From 14,700, give or take, it's a 44% move, guys, to get up to that 21 cent area. Again, so just keep that in mind. That's a big move. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin down currently this morning looks like $18, 0.1%. Bitcoin tried to rally, but did rally. Found resistance at 28,249. We were looking for a close above that, didn't get it. Pushed the market back down, put in a lower high. We talked about this yesterday in the Casper video. And then yesterday we got what? A lower low. So we have this. We have a higher high here. So a potential change in trend, a higher low. So now your radar should be going off that we could be ready for an explosive move to the upside. Change in trend, higher high to come. Rallied, found resistance, lower high. And then I talked about there's a potential that we drop like a rock and put in a lower low. That's exactly what took place yesterday. What also took place so far is that the market is, let's try to clean this up, is I have three levels, 25,726, 25,760, and then one above the market, 26,23. The market found support once on the 25th of May, two on the 12th of May. We pulled right back to that yesterday, barely held on. We had a close at 25,741. So barely held on. And then today we're basically sitting quiet again. We'll see. It doesn't seem like this momentum is done yet to the downside. It seems like it's just getting started. I hope it's done, but I don't think it's done. But we are stopped in an area that has showed us before that we found support. The difference between these two areas and yesterday's is these two areas we closed in the upper end of the range. Yesterday's, I wouldn't call it closing on the bottom tick, but we closed very, very weak. And so far, we're not seeing any strength come back into the market today. So it's a thing of concern. My next major area for Bitcoin below the market is 22,500. There is some potential stopping points in here at the basically 24.5, give or take, but 22,500 is my next real major area of support. So if that takes place, guys, don't expect Coreum to rally. Pretty much don't expect anything to rally across the board. Hope I'm wrong and we find support here and we move higher. Judging by yesterday's close, not the greatest. You can see most of these bottoms here. Right here on the 10th of March, they usually have some kind of a big wick down below the market, and then they close higher before we get that rally. You know, not that this was a big rally after the 12th, but we had that big candle wick, moved higher. Once again here on the 25th, big candle wick, moved higher. Just like I told you right here, big candle wick, moved higher. Big candle wick on the 13th of February, moved higher. Usually after big sell-offs, you'll get that. So let me know your thoughts, guys, down in the comments. Just be on alert. Bitcoin, so far, doesn't look like that move is over, although we have found support here previously, but I don't like yesterday's close. So far, we're back in that short-term downtrend. And speaking about Coreum, once again, we'll see if this 14,700 can hold. It's the lowest level I have, but it doesn't mean that's where the price is ultimately going to find its bottom. There's a decent chance that it finds some support there for a period of time, but I don't know. We're not getting any follow through this morning. So let me know if you got any of your airdrop xCore Coreum tokens on UpHold. And that's about it, guys. So have a great Tuesday. We'll see what happens here. These markets are not looking too hot right now. All right. Take care.